The great thing that Activision did when they broke off from Atari and formed their own company was to take existing genres and really ramp up the action. They took Defender and upped the action to create Chopper Command. They took Qbert and ramped it up to give us Frostbite. And they took the tired, overused Galaxian-style shooter and gave us games like Spider Fighter. I'll begin by saying that I'm completely biased, as Spider Fighter is one of my top 10 favorite Atari 2600 games of all time. Interestingly, this wasn't always the case, as Spider Fighter wasn't a game I played in my youth, but only discovered as I began collecting and playing retro video games in the 90s. Released in 1983 and created by Larry Miller, who also created Enduro, Spider Fighter puts you in charge of a fruit orchard that is being invaded by some insanely fast-moving arachnids. Using your trusty bug blaster, which shoots poison pellets at a machine gun pace, you are charged with mowing down these nasty, eight-legged freaks before they steal your... What? So? I know it's a reference to a David Arquette movie. That doesn't mean I'm paying him royalties. And while we're on the subject, tell him to stop coming to the studio and asking for handouts. It's not my fault he didn't get a prenup from Courtney Cox. David Arquette. Where was I? Oh yes. You must protect your fruit orchard from the spiders, as they'll sneak in and snag one and drag it off for a future snack. There are strawberries, bananas, grapes, and oranges that must be protected from infestation and fruit napping. You begin each game with 4 bug blasters in reserve, and if you complete each wave with all your fruit intact, you're awarded an extra bug blaster. You can only have 4 bug blasters maximum in reserve. If you complete a wave with all your fruit intact as well as your reserve bug blasters, you're awarded 500 bonus points. There are several enemies to contend with, such as the Master Nest, Spy Pods, Green Widows, and Stingers. Each has a job of their own. The Master Nests try to steal your fruit, while the Spy Pods are charged with releasing reinforcement spider offspring. Green Widows and Stingers will shoot at you with... well, I'm not sure what they're shooting at you with, but it can't be good. If you manage to score 40,000 points, you could send away for an official Spider Fighter patch from Activision. Spider Fighter boasts some of the fastest action I've ever seen in an Atari 2600 game, and one of the main reasons I enjoy it so much. Some claim the game is too easy since it's not difficult to continue getting a steady stream of reserve ships to keep the game going. However, the difficulty does ramp up on later levels, as the spiders attack with lightning speed that is sometimes impossible to avoid. The graphics and sound effects are very impressive for the limited 2600 hardware, and the characters and enemies are well animated. This is a must-have for the collection, and a very easy and cheap game to find. Spider Fighter is a gem in the Atari 2600 library, and shouldn't be missed. This is Atarileaf. Have a great day.